Yes, thank you very much for the applause, Michael. Yeah, we're back. We're back. We wanted to give you a last show last year. See, I said last year like so far back, but it's just a couple of days ago.
Well, my body feels like it was far back.
Well, my buddy has been feeling this way since the 26th of December
For good reason.
for good reason. And I still have a migraine after that. Like, bro. Anyways.
My legs, oh, my legs.
So, yes. If it's the first time listening to this show, the show is Geek Squad. It's a tech show aimed at demystifying everything tech, aimed at simplifying everything tech, and aimed at educating everybody from young to old, bringing tech closer to you, to your home, because, hey, why not? The world right now is revolving because of tech. I mean, if you took tech out of the world right now, it'd probably fall off its axis. Yeah. And today on our show, we're going to be discussing what happened last year. We're going to do a recap of 2022 in tech and see what stuck out to you, what stayed, what fell off, and what interesting stuff is going to come back or is not going to follow us into 2023. And also, we want to hear from you what your tech resolutions are. Please don't tell me 4K and 8K and stuff. I already know. But like, what are you looking forward to in tech? Send us a WhatsApp 055 quadruple 1997 05 11 11 997 055 997. Yeah, let's vibe. Send us a WhatsApp message. Tell us what interested you in 2022 and what you're looking forward to in 2023. I'm going to start with what I'm looking forward to in 2023. And it is, first off, I'm very sad that I'm not at CES this year.
When is it?
In a few days. Probably already started because like a lot of people are moving there. But actual thing starts on the 9th, I believe.
CS or Mobile World Congress?
CS.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, CS, bruh.
But aren't you sad about not going to CES every year?
Which is why I'm even sadder this year because last year I was so convinced that this year
That we could make it happen.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, last year we said it on the show that next year we'll go and probably have the show from there. Like,
Then I think we should work on Mobile World Congress because that's in February.
Just going to see mobiles.
I mean,
It's not a bad idea, Barcelona.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but it still pains me because CES last year BMW unveiled a chameleon car, a car that was changing colors, car which was wrapped with e-ink. And if for those who don't know what e-ink is, once upon a time there were e-books, physical e-books, electronic books that were powered by e-ink, electronic ink. So you see the initial Kindles, yeah, those were e-ink. So it's just like a small screen that electric signals pass to and activates the ink, which draws whatever. You would know because your Pebble watch, the initial Pebble watches were powered by e-ink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Great for battery power. That's why my
Exactly,
my Pebble
because-
Watch lasted weeks. Don't
Which
ask me
is
questions
why
about I'm using Apple
those
Watch now.
e-readers lasted weeks as well. I have one that's been on for years. Still on. I haven't charged it forever. Still on. It's frozen.
Very efficient.
Haven't had time to, yeah. Now, I'm thinking about that. What else can we do with e-ink?
Well, aside putting it on
Aside
cars.
putting it on cars, that would fool Ghana police that. In pursuit, white.
Yeah. Zebra colored.
Yeah, and you could just activate it to write something. Oh, billboards.
That's what I was thinking right now. Cost saving, massive
saving,
cost saving.
billboards.
But then you have to light them up because
Yeah, they don't have backlights.
which is quite a thing because the way the e-ink is designed, you can't
you
you
can't
can't
light
light
it
from
behind.
behind. You have to light it from the
From
front.
the front.
And
Reminds me of
typically,
Game Boys. And the nights we want to play games on the dark side of our parents' view.
I have to use a torchlight.
Have to use a
Yeah,
torchlight.
That's why
torchlight.
I remember when the Game Boy Advance SP came, that had
Yeah,
its own
backlit.
oh my goodness, that became my new torchlight. So my mom couldn't tell me nothing because like your parents normally complain that you're reading in the dark, you're playing games in the dark.
spoiling your eyes.
Yeah, but this one was bright.
It was.
Yeah.
Very. You know, the Game Boy actually had an addition that had flash. You could
Yes.
put it, snap
Yes.
it on the. Boy, we're
Boy,
old.
someone could even get cartridges. I talk about getting additions to put on a Game Boy.
And also worrying about battery after chewing your battery for the 500th time, scratching it on the floor, leaving
know,
it in the
And
sun.
it's-
on the roof, the
It's
tin roof, make it charge.
it's a miracle that we don't have cancer.
Yeah.
The amount of batteries we've chewed in our lives.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
Oh god, I just remember swallowing some batteries as a
Bruh.
kid because I
It's
thought
not only
I-
batteries.
yeah, cause I
The lead
thought-
in your pencil. How many times you swallow that?
I'll
oh,
chew that a couple of times.
bro, it was the lead in the ink, like it was.
Right, chew your pens so much that the ink ends up in your mouth. We're supposed to be talking about tech.
We were,
in 2022,
we
we're
were
doing it.
fidgeting as kids, man. Like we couldn't sit still for anything.
So here's what's been happening, and so I mentioned what I'm looking forward to. Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
did.
did.
What did I say?
CES.
Yeah, no, I said that's what I was upset about. But what am I looking forward
Okay.
to? Well, you remember Oppo and what? Underworld. Abeku, please don't distract us. Oppo unveiled a phone that slid
Oh, I
open
remember that. Yeah.
from just being a soap bar
Yeah.
into a full tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And Samsung is playing with a screen that folds and stretches like the Oppo one. So it's combining the Z Fold tech with the Oppo tech. And considering that Samsung's already made a foldable phone, that means that's not too far out.
So we could be standing on the verge of seeing phones actually turning into proper tablets.
Parchment.
So literally, technology has
Like
gone
a
full
scroll.
circle.
Yeah.
Full circle,
back to what you call rolled sheets.
What is that funny thing people say? Famicom Hebrews. Or,
Yanko-
Yanko Hebrews. Yeah.
So yeah, we've
Shout
gone
out
full
to Myers.
We've gone back. So
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be great.
screens, the parchments from Julius Caesar's time and Augustus Caesar's times are coming back, except this time they are powered, and active displays.
Yeah, to make reading in church also awesome.
I know, right?
Eh? It be Proverbs.
No, I want to go to a Presbyterian church and see that. Matthew Homa. And they open it like that, stretch it. Chichemu ebiesa. That would be so awesome,
It
man.
would be so
like
awesome.
futuristic parchment, reading the Bible. Wow. I'd sell that idea to those churches. I'd just go there and tell them, like, you know what, this is so cool. Give people an experience, Let the person come and read it dressed like they're actual Romans
Yeah.
with the whole,
I mean, I start dressed like that in normal life.
that's you. So, well, that aside, that's what I'm looking forward to. A lot more fancy screen tech. Winston, what about you?
I am very, very much looking forward to Google's response to OpenAI. Because just a couple of days ago, there was apparently a code red meeting in Google concerning ChatGPT's capabilities. Because ChatGPT could effectively make the Google Assistant obsolete.
Indeed.
The only thing Google Assistant has over it is that it can talk back.
Which is not
It
difficult.
was not
All they
difficult.
need is
Yeah,
just
it's a plugin.
text-to-speech.
Yeah, it's a plugin type thing. So they actually had a meeting, to figure out like, what do we do?
Yeah.
I mean, you can play dirty business and cut OpenAI's access to your database of information. You could, but
Ultimately, that would come back to bite them.
it will come back to bite.
Non-competitive.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But I am looking forward to this year's Google's Developers Summit to see
GDC.
to see what they have in mind as a response to, because let's be honest, if you take the year back, the most exciting thing for me the past year was OpenAI. From
Was a lot of AI actually.
yeah, it was from and it's funny enough, the good stuff is all from OpenAI, DALL-E, ChatGPT, and so many other things. I've actually spent time exploring OpenAI and the things they are allowing you to be able to do is is outstanding. Yeah, and I've played with a couple of things, and it's that was the most exciting thing. Although, I mean, the conversations around copyrights when it comes to artwork and stuff like that, and then more philosophical conversations of what is a writing style, which is a conversation, shout out to Selassie, he and I have been arguing about for a while, and we did test. Basically, I asked ChatGPT to write a specific story, but in the style of different authors, to get to see if there will be any
Difference.
There wasn't much. There was just the major differences was in how the stories started. Like J.R.R. Tolkien had this way he starts, and then I used J.R.R. Tolkien, I used George R.R. Martin, I used J.K. Rowling, I used these popular.
Should I use Enid Blyton?
I will try that.
That'll be marginally different.
Yeah, so for me, the most exciting thing of the past year was OpenAI and all the stuff it's doing, regardless of the conversation of copyright, especially for artists, because the OpenAI was using artist work as a framework of reference to be able to create new art.
And in some cases, even ended up copying their signatures.
Yeah, Lensa.
So, yeah,
that was
Lensa.
Lensa's issue.
A lot of, actually, not only Lensa, there was another one that did same.
Yeah, but the reason why Lensa's own is so upsetting to people is that Lensa actually charges you for this.
Yes.
So you see,
So it means
OpenAI
you should be paying royalties to the artists who are being copied.
But then I also decided to contact a friend of mine who is in art school. I even told her to talk to her professors that I would want to talk to an arts professor. And the conversation, I was asking her that today, is there really a unique art style?
True.
I mean, if you look at a Van Gogh, you can tell that, okay, this is a Van Gogh. You can tell certain unique art pieces. But can you today do such an artwork and I'll be like, yo, this is an extremely unique style? Because copyright is pseudo-founded on some level of uniqueness. So how do you file for copyright?
When your style is
It's
not exactly
it's not
unique.
exactly unique. So that's
So I think that you can't file for copyright on a style,
yeah.
but you can file for copyright on the actual product that you've produced.
But that's the problem. Today's age, there's so many people drawing the same thing.
That means that they're copying.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Original art is still original art.
so
Unless obviously the subject is you.
okay.
In which case, then we can be arguing Michael and I are supposed to draw you, and then we all end up using the same style to draw you, which is very, very unlikely.
But here, this is the other aspect. Like, for instance, Lensa. You be like, you ask Lensa to draw you in this way. If I
Speaking of
take...
which, you see my Lensa.
I have, actually.
Ridiculous.
If I take your image and I use pretty much what is mimicry to transform it into a style or something else, have I not created a new product?
I think this is all an argument that, because, mind you, that's like arguing that if I use a Polaroid camera to take a picture, someone uses another Polaroid camera to take a picture, and we both took pictures of sunflowers, for instance, and mine gets sold for $1 million or something. Somebody has a similar, I can't say same because definitely cannot be the same angle and everything. It doesn't mean that we copied each other or there's one is an original and the other is fake.
No.
At the end of the day, it's just who did it.
So now this we are now in a philosophical aspect of tech, which is very interesting for me because there are a lot of conversations we need to. I mean, we should have as to whether we will. Capitalism. I don't know.
Well, I like the whole discussions, the whole fork in the road that AI has presented us because honestly, it has brought a lot of conversations to be had. And I have spoken on a lot of platforms about this AI and its impact on the creative arts, for instance.
Yes.
And for me, a lot of people's fears were AI is coming for our jobs. But everything I tell them is, it's not really coming for your jobs, if you ask me. It's just really a tool.
I mean, it is a tool. I think it's coming for people's jobs. I'm sorry. I might sound like a harbinger of doom, but I think it's coming for people's jobs.
I mean, that's just the way of technology. Technology always makes some jobs render some jobs
Exactly.
Yes.
So, for instance, let's say video game development. Well, I'm not going to need somebody to develop NPCs anymore.
Yes.
Non-playable characters.
Yes.
If you're not a main character, there's no need to commit, or
X and
dedicate
Y.
that amount of attention to.
But then that's the thing. If the person who's be developing the video game, like, okay, I don't need to put as much effort into this. Tell the AI to handle
exactly.
this.
And
And then
the
take
AI
care of
does
something else. Because not there's one person dedicated to making
Yeah.
that.
Even the environment, you can
Yeah, you can actually have
the
AI
generate
So
the environment.
once again, it's a tool.
Yeah,
It's
but you
making the work easier. If your job is at risk, it means that you were an NPC.
So which means you are losing your job.
Yeah, so that means that you should put some value on yourself. You should increase your value.
Yeah, I mean, last year we talked about
Yeah.
we are in the age of being a jack of all trades is actually being a better option
than just
being a master of one.
Yeah.
Being a jack of all trades is so that's why we like having these conversations and we meet together because we are all jack of several trades. I mean, our motto is yes, we do it.
Of course. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
So I think our logo should be 2 Nike check. You see that Nike? Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about copyright.
Yeah.
It's a simple thing. Take the 2 Nike checks and throw it into an AI to give us a logo. Based
logo.
on that.
Yeah.
So, Michael, what are you looking forward to?
Low key, USB-C finally coming to iPhone.
Oh yeah, we forgot. Michael is the resident fruits
Yeah.
lover.
Fruits are good for you.
An apple a day.
Keeps the doctor away.
Are
That
you-
was actually propaganda to get apples to sell, actually.
Nothing for me. I like apples anyway. So
Because apparently, just a little history lesson. Apparently, back in the day, America was using apples predominantly for cider
yeah,
and not for eating. And the apple people needed to get.
money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same way now they keep saying, oh, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It was the breakfast cereal people pushing the narrative that you have to eat first in the morning. And so, oh, eat your cereal as part of a healthy breakfast.
I mean, today we eat cereal at whatever time. Cereal is one
And
of the
there's
best.
even cereal. There's even apples and cereal in this now.
Cereal is one of the best
which
dishes.
is highly delicious as well.
Very.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the best
Well,
cereal in the world.
let's take a quick commercial break and grab some cereal while we're at it. We'll be right back.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
It's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
"Shout!" I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
And we're back. The show is Joy Geek Squad. My name is Kobe Spiking Chrome. I'm here with Michael Ajete and Winston Watcher. We're the squad and the Geek Squad. And every Tuesday, we're here to talk tech. If you've missed our episodes, which have been running for about 4 years.
We've been here.
Yeah,
A while.
we've been here for a while.
We should throw a party.
In studio or out studio.
You know what? Another thing that I feel like we wanted
finish
to
the
do.
party.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, another thing that we wanted to do was to actually have a fair of sorts.
Yeah.
Remember, we had that.
It's still on my
conversation.
mind. I actually met someone some time ago who reminded me of this said fair because he had some gadgets he'd like us to also showcase. when we
Showcase,
do
and I
have it.
remember there was an elderly gentleman who texted
Yeah,
that
yeah,
he
yeah.
had some very old tech.
Yeah,
Like, man.
we'll
Well,
do that. We'll do that
MTN,
everywhere. you go.
just do it.
And they want us to do it, so
Yeah.
we're going to do it. I was then I got a message about doing,
Mm.
and I wasn't doing anything, so I just got up and started doing something.
So we shall do this
So
one.
we will do it. So yes, we want to hear what tech has appealed to you from last year that's moving into 2023, what your aspirational tech is, My aspirational tech is actually the newly announced 57-inch Neo QLED curved monitor from Samsung.
That sounds like $3,000.
How much?
That sounds like $3,000.
Might be more.
Okay.
Borderline $5,000.
See-
Because if the Odyssey G9 and the subsequent one were like 2,000, between 2,000 and 3,000, my guess is
Right. Oh, yeah,
The
there. I'm thinking.
Odyssey Neo G9 might be more,
Oh, gosh.
and it's
Nah.
8K.
See, me personally, even though I'm a techie and everything, I've gotten to the point where the keys don't matter.
But the what?
The keys don't matter.
Unless it's in a bank account.
Yeah.
And now the account matters.
Yeah, it matters,
That's the
right?
only key I care about.
Well, honestly, yeah, I was actually thinking this. So I'm very surprised you're saying this. That I was wondering. So getting a Quad HD monitor, 4K monitor, 8K, what are you really missing out on when you get? Because I'm in love with my Sero TV. It's not an 8K, it's regular 4K TV.
Ooh, regular.
Yeah. Is it 4K regular now?
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
But no, it's not.
For instance, your, what do you call it? Your wall, Ankasa. Is it?
Yes, it is 4K.
It's 4K.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so I'm
It has to be 4K with all that pixels.
what that real estate.
all that screen real
so
estate.
that means I'm the only person here whose TV is still 1080p.
You're still 1080p. This is just like, this is appalling.
To be fair, so you know Samsung has this upscale.
Yeah.
I download most of my stuff in 720p and it upscales it to 1080p and I watch it. I'm like,
I've been done that. I'm nice. I download at 1080p, and I'm still watching at 1080p. So that is for.
Well, yeah. I
you
know
there
what-
4K, you I know you.
Bruh.
This man, everybody listening, this man waited for Game of Thrones to be over. And he downloaded the entire Game of Thrones in 4K, over 300 gig. I saw the file, I was like, what's this nonsense?
And it was beautiful.
Did you put a fire extinguisher by your modem? Because I'm sure it cried.
Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't. Don't exaggerate, bruh. Listen, I enjoyed Game of Thrones more than the peasants who watched it in 480p.
I only have one question for you
What?
in regards to that.
Yeah.
That dark
That-
episode.
You could see,
I could see because I was using the QLED at the time.
send me a picture, you could see it.
I was throwing shade at all those who were claiming they couldn't see that dark scene. I'm like,
it was literal shade. Nobody could see anything.
I'm watching it in
So you actually see what was
dots.
going
I
on.
saw everything, bruh.
I mean, there wasn't much to see anyway.
Quantum
Good for
dots.
you.
Because you didn't see it.
You know what's interesting? I remember being awake around 3 a.m. at Selassie's house watching it. And Selassie is not a huge fan of TVs, so he hasn't changed his TVs in a long time. And the only TV he had was actually 720p.
Wow.
So imagine watching that darkness on a
Maybe I should turn the
720p.
TV off.
It was something else.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it.
Actually, piece of tech, remind me, piece of tech I am looking forward to, and I'm going to double down on my sacrilege. PSVR 2 will be coming out this year. Along with, I forget what they call it, but they're also along the DualSense Pro, finally with back buttons on the back.
Yeah,
like,
saw that.
long overdue for Sony. And if you don't know, it's a controller finally officially from Sony that has buttons on the back that you can program to do pretty much anything a regular controller can do. And you think, what's the point? That actually, I have that on my current PS4, and it makes such a difference in how you're able to control.
I had a Mad Catz controller with that.
Yeah, like your muscle memory completely shifts. Like you don't need to move your fingers as much. You're able to do so much more. It's really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, if MTN everywhere you go would back us up on that and I'd have one, I'd gladly play my PS5 with the PSVR and the DualSense 2 on my 1080p screen to show that I'm not really missing much.
What are you doing with the 1080p screen when you have a PSVR?
To see the toggles.
Actually, no, so not even that. So that those who are not watching,
Or those who are not in the VR,
Yeah,
can watching
can
you
watch
in
it.
VR.
yeah. I mean, I've already got my seat all laid out, all planned out. Oh, I'm going to
You know,
go and get
it's
some flight
funny
controls. Like I'm
That you
ready.
mentioned VR. I've had the HTC Vive for eons, and I can really count. I just recently was thinking, why don't I set it up? I've got a larger space now.
I
And I still
asked
haven't
you
set
for
it
that a
up.
while ago. I forgot to follow up
Yeah,
on
you
it because
didn't
you
follow
weren't
up, and
using
now I've
it.
got a machine now that can handle it.
So do I, but like I just feel like I don't really care that much.
So yeah, VR technology is it's beginning to feel a bit like 3D technology.
Although 3D technology recently, this Christmas got a revamp, thanks to Daddy James Cameron and his Blue.
And it's blue, which is, catching a lot of heat.
For what for?
I think it's
No, why he's catching a lot of heat? Racism.
yeah. Apparently,
The white
people are saying it's a
savior.
white savior complex movie and
But
everything,
it's-
but it still made $1.4 billion
Yeah.
in about
Yeah.
2 weeks. So nowadays, not a problem. But in line with Michael mentioning the VR headset and the Pro controller, a place I'm interested in visiting, hopefully this month before we go for Mobile World Congress, is Yetra, the gaming.
Yeah, the esports stadium.
Yes.
So yes, if you're listening, there's a new esports stadium, and for those who don't know what esports is, E for electronics, sports, you know already what it is. There's a stadium for people who play video games, and yes, so you go there, you go and sit behind a computer, a console, or a big screen, whichever it is that you choose. Even there are Nintendo Switches, and you can play competitively. Now, I was showing this to a couple of people, and someone asked me, rather unwittingly, that's why? What is it for? And I'm like, did you know? And I like throwing this fact around that the gaming industry is bigger than the music and movie industries put together.
Combined. Yeah.
Did you know this? Yeah, so it's very important that we have that in Ghana because we have very talented gamers in Ghana who are doing crazy stuff. If you follow me on Twitter, I've been retweeting one such esports team, Play Province, who are doing marvelously well. They were in Turkey last year.
The Street Fighter thing.
Yes, the Street Fighter thing. Yeah, and
They
they
got quarterfinals.
semi-finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, bro, that's it. Yo, that's amazing.
Amazing stuff. I'm
Like-
not a fan of Street Fighter though. But
You know,
What are you a fan of anyway? You don't like to have sportsmen from Ghana, esportsmen from Ghana.
that's up there with our Winter Olympiads.
oh
You know, and it's amazing because these are people who are playing in Ghana with our terrible internet.
you did, Bob.
You know, and
going up there and showing the world like this is what's
yeah,
up.
this is what we can do. I mean, everybody knows Wonder Kid by now. If you don't know Wonder Kid, he's like one of the FIFA legends in Ghana, and he's also been playing competitively for a long time. Listen, people are making millions of dollars playing video games. That kid that won that Fortnite, what do you call it?
Tournament.
Tournament.
Yeah.
The pot prize was how much? Was a couple of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It was like $4 million.
I mean,
And he was like, how old was he?
even look at how much Ninja's life
Yeah.
has changed just because he used to play video games, and not only
PewDiePie.
not only just playing video games, but even streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming, like, it's gotten very interesting that today there's this popular streamer. His name is Kai Cenat, I think. He is so popular and so important in the streaming world that when artists drop their new albums, they go on his stream to go and advertise it. So 21 Savage, when he dropped with Drake, was there. Normani was there with him. Like, everybody was so. Even there was this rapper who was like, "Hey yo, if he feels like all rappers should just become YouTubers and streamers because that's where the money
Even
is."
T-Pain is streaming.
Yes,
T-Pain.
yeah.
And T-Pain is like I'm a huge fan of T-Pain.
Oh, so you'll be going for the concert that he's.
I hope, I wish. I don't like concerts and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's T-Pain, bruh.
Yeah.
And he's an.
Yeah,
he's a petrol head.
Like all in
I'm
there.
watching him drift, in real life and in video games, in VR, and the guy's dope. So, T-Pain,
Go with your
big
steering.
fan.
Go with your steering wheel from your racing
The
rig.
steering wheel that Ash is using to learn how to drive.
Yeah, he actually uses it a lot. It's very funny seeing him at it.
So, yeah, esports Yetra is at the Accra Mall. You can go check it out if you're a fan of gaming and you want to play competitively. It's a place where I think we should have one episode of Geek Squad one day.
Yeah, hopefully this month.
Yeah,
we
this
would
month we
want to
should go
talk to them
Yeah,
and share
And-
their story.
esports week is actually next week. in
Oh,
Ghana. esports
so-
week in Ghana.
So,
So-
let's make it happen.
An episode in Yetra, we sit down behind the game of. Let's pick a game we all shout at to make it interesting.
Why am I looking at Winston like he's the benchmark here?
I'm waiting for him to make a decision. I'm not saying
Which
Call of
game
Duty.
should we play, Winston?
Which game should we play? I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm down for whatever. I absolutely detest Tekken. I know he loves Tekken.
Yeah, but we can't play Tekken because
Absolutely.
only two people can play at a time.
Yeah.
You want something.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
And I'm not going to suggest a shooting game.
Absolutely not. Unless it's Titanfall.
Oh, we should play like a
No, not Titanfall. That one's even worse.
Yeah, well, I mean, you will figure it out.
yeah.
Figure it out.
We'll
Or you
figure
can
it out.
suggest it to us in on our WhatsApp.
Yeah, you can suggest it to us on our WhatsApp 055 111 997 055 11 11 997. What game should we play?
If you say FIFA, I'll block you.
Well, FIFA is still going to be 2 against 1. So it's what? You and Michael versus me.
We'll have to have Prince in there.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to throw our producer in
yeah,
there. Yeah, so that makes it 4. But Prince is a killer
Which is why I'm
in
like,
FIFA.
I'm not.
yeah, neither am I.
Well, I'm in. Comme si, comme ça.
Nah.
So we're 3 of us against him.
You know what? Let's just go and play Mario Kart.
Ah. Right,
I
so-
mean, that
all
one,
of us
can
that,
play.
that one there, nothing's for.
Yeah, that makes sense. So away from virtual reality and okay, not too away from it because we didn't talk about augmented reality.
Yeah, it's fine. I was actually going to say, I hope this year we see something about augmented reality because I'm more excited about the potential of that than I am for what virtual reality. Actually, and speaking of virtual reality, I want to speak about some things from last year. Not necessarily good news, but it's like things that, depending on your perspective, they do or do not bode well for the future. Meta is crashing because of Zuckerberg's insistence on VR as by his the design, the metaverse. Twitter is falling apart in flames. Netflix is staring down the barrel of losing millions of customers because now they're saying no password sharing and all that lockdown.
And now they're going to show ads.
And they're going to show ads as well.
Yeah, they have an ad tier now.
Yeah.
Don't even pay for some of those ad tiers.
No, so the cheapest, there'll be a new tier, very cheap tier of Netflix that will have ads in there. Then you get the regular one without ads. Then you get.
And you still can't share passwords anyway. Like,
Well, I saw an article that was saying that password sharing could be illegal in the UK. And if that law is looked into, it could spread across many other jurisdictions. That could make password sharing illegal.
let's see what they do in the UK, but I'll be more interested in seeing how Europe will respond to that.
Well, to the GDPR.
Yeah, exactly.
So they would easily absorb it.
Let's see.
Anything that's going to make the, just balance.
But the thing is, Europe have been pretty good with their tech laws, so they may
When you say good, you mean like benefiting the consumer
yes.
more than the
Yeah, because
the
if
companies,
if
yeah.
one of the companies, then we just look to what the US is doing.
Yeah.
Which
I have news.
talk to
Our
us
producer Princess, the 3 of us against him in FIFA.
in FIFA.
Yes.
See, you guys will be my Achilles heels.
look,
Both
what,
heels.
what we'll do, we just stack all our players inside the net.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you're talking about augmented reality. There's only one company known company that I'm very interested in.
Apple.
Yeah, in their approach to it. So the Apple glasses is one thing I am cautiously being optimistic about, but I'm waiting to see how it pans out because Apple has been watching this glass thing for a long time. They've seen several people try it
Google.
and fail. Several more than even HTC and things. They haven't failed, but they haven't been as successful as they
Were
thought.
too early. I
Yes.
believe.
And Apple,
Especially like Google Glass. Too
Yeah.
early.
and Apple is just waiting in the sidelines, just looking. So if this is the year they are going to drop the Apple glasses, I would be very interested to see what they are, especially because of their new silicon infrastructure, being able to make such powerful chips so small. Because if they have the Apple glasses with the A15 Bionic or A16 Bionic embedded in there somewhere, that would be very interesting to see. So that's the company I'm most interested to see their take. It will be very exclusive because of the infrastructure.
Apple things.
Yeah, but
Ecosystem.
yeah, but it will be dope.
Well, I think augmented reality has already found its footing in a lot of instances, like in the automobile industry, for instance. It's now everywhere. It's now almost in every dashboard. of every luxury car. So Mercedes have it in their dashboard where turn by turn directions are projected, overlaid on your camera feed so you can see where to turn, and even overlaid on the infrared camera feed as well. So when you're driving at night and you can't see the street signs and the rest, it captures them and then overlays them for you, so you know, okay, I'm supposed to be going at 50. That's if you live in a country where those things are enforced. But yeah, we've seen that in those. There's even Google Maps has an augmented reality feature right now where if you're walking using Google Maps, you're using the Google Maps for your directions. While I don't see people, a lot of people use Google Maps while they're walking.
Not like that. I mean, I've used it like typically using your headset and then just listen to the directions, or once a while check amount.
Which is where the glasses came in. Because if you ask me, I think Google should take a new look at the Google glasses.
It would sell,
especially even if they partner with someone like Snapchat, because Snapchat has been able to do something of the like. Because it makes absolutely no sense for me to hold my phone up. Granted, the camera is working, so you can see where you're going ahead. But it's like, have you ever tried watching? Okay, so I used to shoot weddings and stuff like that. Watching the whole wedding through the camera.
Doing anything, like trying to record
while the
something
real thing is out there.
You
It's
get
very
easily
weird.
distracted and then focus on what's going on. I've found myself recording something and watching the other thing, and my camera is going
somewhere
somewhere else.
Yeah.
almost all the time. It's happened. So
But if it was in your glasses and it would just pop up, then you get that done. But it should be very interesting.
I think the price was also what's killed it in the beginning. Google Glass cost a lot of money at the time. It was excess of $1,000 when it launched.
Even now, Microsoft's HoloLens still hasn't even entered
Affordability.
No,
I mean, Apple is not going to make it any cheaper. They're not going to make it any cheaper. And I mean, foldables are doing sustainably good business. Like, they're actually improving in terms of sales. So glasses for $1,500, yeah. I mean, the only thing that will make it extremely, personally from a consumer standpoint, the only thing that will make me feel like this was worth the purchase is if an upgrade to the glasses comes once every like 3 or 4 years. Because if there's a new one every year, Charlie,
you see, that's the thing. We don't live in a country where trade-ins are a thing,
or have gone well, because they were a thing at certain various stages and they didn't go so well.
Well, I like how you mentioned the smartphones, because then let's segue into smartphones for a bit. They are
getting boring.
Yes, they're plateauing.
Yes, they are getting
I feel like smartphones have really plateaued. I mean, except for the smartphone companies who are bold enough, to venture into foldables.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
even then, the most interesting ones, those that I just brought the old flip form factor back.
Yeah,
but even then, it's still early days.
Motorola, what happened?
Yeah,
we had a Razr. We were all excited. It came out and it flopped. And they brought the second version, which was much better, and they said, okay, China only.
Yeah, it was Motorola is owned by Lenovo, so it made sense that it was a China only drop. So, but I mean,
Samsung is doing well with the Flip.
Yeah, the Flip is one of their best sellers. Like, many people love the Flip, and the Fold is also doing very, very good business. But
you know the interesting part, in the Western world, the Flip is really selling. Like, and I'm seeing more and more people holding folds in this part of the world. Yeah. My mother was telling me, I went out and I saw a lot of people using your phone. Like, what phone? Like your Bible phone. You know, she's like, how much is the phone? And I mentioned everything, and people are buying it. Yeah. Like, she's like, okay, I want one. Hey, calm down. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
I mean that argument that it's a big break, it won't fit in your pocket and everything. I don't think it
doesn't hold.
It doesn't hold.
When you consider what it does versus what's regular. Now I'm calling other phones regular phones. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they are.
Oh,
because I remember last year we were complaining that last year before the Flip thing, we were complaining that phone design is starting to plateau. That's starting to slow down. Like, the pace of new innovations. Not that the well is dry, but you're not getting as much as we were before.
I think it is a situation caused by the OEMs themselves, because Imagine if they dropped a new phone once every 2 years, which was a thing like some years back where they dropped a phone once every 2 years or once every
They say
1
some
and a
years
half.
back. It's actually a long time ago, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
This was before the chip race and the name race.
yes, exactly.
The numbers race.
Where the numbers had to tally with the year and
Because
everything.
when you had Nokia dropping 3510, 3410, did you know when it was released? No.
yeah.
But you know, S23 is coming out in the year 2023.
23, yeah.
So you have to wait for it.
I think they shot themselves in the foot because now we do not appreciate.
Yes, even the minimal upgrades.
It's too minimal. That's the point.
The thing, it's for them, it's a lot. For instance, moving from the Fold 3 to the Fold 4. From a very technical perspective, it was a lot.
Yeah, it was.
Of changes.
It was. Yeah, after feeling both and you.
But for the layman, it felt
doesn't
like the
matter.
same phone.
Yeah.
And I remember a lot of people looking at it and asking me, "What's the difference?" And when I explained it to them, like, I'll hold up for next year.
You did, Bob.
You know, because they really couldn't perceive that difference, and I understand that. I would move from a Fold 2 to a Fold 4 if I had a Fold 2. I would move from a Fold 3 to a Fold 5.
I'll move from a Fold 1 to a Fold 4. That's a really good jump.
Yeah, that would be a
Really,
good
really,
jump.
Really, really good jump. But I mean, the thing is that phones have just gotten so good that the every year thing needs to
Yeah,
stop.
it needs to stop.
I mean, if you people are complaining that the chips are becoming expensive, you are not getting chips, then
And slow
stop.
down. But you see, that's the thing too. It's the excitement for us
It's
looking for new stuff.
okay, maybe I'm getting desensitized, but I feel like it is fizzling out.
It's still some people are still queuing.
No, I mean, the queue there, it go day because consumerism is a
Yeah.
thing. But if you look at the difference between the iPhone 12, 13, 14, like everybody's like, guys, you guys gave us the 13 as a 14
Yep.
again.
You know, if I had to take an iPhone today, if money was not an option, I still wouldn't even go for the 14 Pro Max. I'd go for the 11 Pro Max. I actually prefer the camera on 11 Pro Max to the 12, the 13, and the 14. I said this, people argued with me, and right in my house, luckily someone had 11 Pro Max. And I took pictures. I'm like, the color science on the 11 Pro Max actually looked better than the 14, and it was mind-blowing. Like, how? How is this possible?
I mean, I sold the 13 to buy my 12 Pro.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I wasn't right then.
So I personally,
I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, I personally think that phone manufacturers just slow down. Slow down.
It's not like they're going to listen to us anyway.
I mean, they will only listen to us if it affects their bottom line.
It is affecting their bottom line because sales keep dropping.
Yeah.
And then I honestly don't want to be working in sales right now in any.
And you're trying
or
to
in
push
marketing.
something that nobody wants to
Yeah.
buy.
You know, it's going to be a lot of work. Especially, imagine if you worked at Apple and you had to go and do marketing for the 14.
You have to go and convince someone that the 14 is so different from the 13.
It's the same phone as last year, but better.
But better. It's using the same. I mean,
It
back
looks
then,
the same.
It looks
but
the
it's
same. But
better.
you'd be like, oh, at least there's the A14 and there's the A15 and there's the. But they
How
gave you
many-
the same. This the process. I was like, oh, yeah, you guys are taking the piss.
Could be worse. Imagine working for Mercedes sales and then having to sell somebody, I know you paid over $60,000 for this car, but now if you give us $1,200 a year, it can go faster.
You see, so that particular thing, yeah, I am
Subscription.
actually in agreement with some of the subscription models. The heated seats of of BMW and Audi doesn't make any sense.
Let's
But
give context.
yes,
For those who don't understand. So, car companies are now saying, some car companies are now offering certain features as a subscription. So think about the way you have Netflix. You buy your TV, it comes with Netflix, but you have to pay a subscription to watch Netflix. That's understandable because Netflix doesn't belong to your TV manufacturer, and that's how they make money. But imagine how you buy a car, and your car company says that, you know, your seats has a massaging feature, but
We've
you have
put it
to-
in there.
They put it in there, it's there, but you have to subscribe to it, and every month you pay us a fee to use the massager.
yeah, because the tiny L's in there need to be paid.
So,
Obviously.
oh, yeah, you know, the elves in the seat who are massaging you, they need to be paid their salary. At the end of the month, they will go back to Stuttgart
yeah, go and take their money.
or Munich and go take their money and come back into your car. And as a result, it's caused an uproar. BMW tried to
Heated seats.
Yeah, the heated seats.
Heated seats. Mercedes is saying that if you want your car to go faster, you pay a monthly subscription.
For me, the speed. You know, this. I think we should have we will have a conversation about car technology, and I think my thing. The reason why it makes sense for me is that Mercedes or electric cars, every battery has a discharge rate. To go faster, you need more power, which affects the lifespan of your battery. So if I throttle it at this point, it will, for my company's integrity and everything, whatever. So the numbers I'm giving you, if I'm telling you that to do 340 miles per charge, blah blah blah, at this rate, these are the figures you will get. But if you go faster and you don't get these things, you come and be on Twitter that, hey, I bought my Mercedes and it's not doing what it said. So come and pay. If you are using your own money, we'll take it.
Now, let me also explain the heated seats part.
Yeah.
Right. If you're buying a car today and they tell you the car is $30,000, full option, all that is working, fine. And then you have the same option to buy the same car for, say, $25,000, full option, but some of the features are offline, so you need them. I think it makes sense, quote unquote, because heated seats in Ghana. Wait, hear me out. I know Michael has some, and I did try it out, and I must say, you're right.
Okay.
So, heated seats, I don't know how many people in Ghana have ever turned on their heated seats.
For good reason. Yeah, you wouldn't think to do it.
Exactly, because your bum and your back.
It's already hot.
It's already
and
hot.
I'm like, okay, let me make
Let me heat
myself
my-
hotter.
Yeah.
Unless you're warming your check on the way home.
I just remember
Smart idea, though.
I just
Let's
remember.
take a quick commercial break because we're running out of time. When we come back, we're still on the subscription features. And we're back. It's the first show on Joy FM Geek Squad.
for the year.
For the year. If you have not been listening and you want to listen to our old shows, we're available on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, Google Podcast. Download the My Joy Online app. Download the Adom Online app. Go to myjoyonline.com. We're there. Go to adomonline.com. We're there as well. Go to YouTube. Look for Joy FM, or just type in hashtag Joy Geek Squad. Find all our episodes. There's a whole playlist. So you can start from the beginning to today. And you can also go on Facebook. Same thing. Hashtag Joy Geek Squad. And you can tweet at us on Twitter, hashtag Joy Geek Squad as well. And we have a Telegram group if you have any tech challenges whatsoever. t.me/Joy Geek Squad on Telegram. Find over 800 people in that group, geeks alike, ready to help you with any of your tech challenges or tech questions, whatever it is. Yeah. And you can find us on Twitter individually. I'm at The Real Spiky. Spiky with no E between a K and a Y. Yeah, people actually spell Spiky Spikey. I've noticed.
Made that mistake once. Learn my lesson real quick.
And Winston is at Mr_Witcher. Michael is Majestic. MADJESTIC. Yes. So as we round up our conversation, we're talking about subscriptions, and I was explaining I would pay less if they would remove some features and only needed I just go on my phone and subscribe for 1 week.
But the thing is that they are physically there. You've literally paid money for them.
No, I didn't. They reduced the price.
But
We're not paying for.
physically they are there.
The only
Is there loss really when you think about it? Because if I'm not paying for it to work in perpetuity, you are spending money to make it be there, right?
I mean, to me, my angle with this thing, the heater seats, is that if it's a car of a certain standing, considered a luxury, some things are prerequisites. Whether you use it or you don't use it,
It must be there.
it must be there. Like Samsung, everything day. Whether you use them or you know they use them, it's not their
I went
business.
through low-key shade as iPhones. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you guys see the video of the airplane I was flying by, the Falcon, Space Falcon take off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was like,
I saw your shade you threw there, and I was just there like seeing it.
But
like,
it's true.
Yeah,
if
that's
that
what annoyed
person
me. 'Cause
had a
if
Samsung,
you had
we
a
would have
Samsung,
seen
the
better.
view would have been
I
so
didn't even
much
say
better.
this. I saw the comments and I was like, ha!
I think the person had a caption at the bottom that there was someone else in the plane who had a Samsung, so he wants to see that person's footage. There was some tiny.
No, I put that there.
Oh, okay.
I
The very
put that
time.
there.
Okay.
I said, I'm sure that person's looking all smug when everybody's like, wow, it's so close.
And you're like, smart guy, where's your footage?
Eh?
Where's your footage?
That person's probably just.
What, did the Samsung lose the file?
No, it did not.
So post it and let
Hey,
us
we'll
all be
post it.
excited.
We'll
Anyway,
post it. Yeah. See Michael defending his fruits.
I'm so annoyed because I saw your caption there. I was like, God, Spiky is right.
You know, I just realized that if you have a car with heated seats, you shouldn't own an iPhone. iPhones, they overheat pass.
Oh,
Any
Charlie
small
Heath.
thing. Any small thing.
I mean, this is all because of what happened at Launch Control 20.
Everybody was like, hey, warning. Warning. I was like, what have we done here?
Human beings self overheating that day.
Oh,
My
master,
phone
my
didn't
phone did overheat.
And he's using a 5-year-old
You
phone.
did, Bob.
Mine didn't overheat.
You
weren't
didn't
using
use
your
it.
phone.
That doesn't matter.
Anyway, so yeah, all too soon. An hour's passed. Wow. They did say time really does pass when you're having fun. Some messages. Someone said my tech goal would be a Samsung fold phone. Yeah.
Same.
And Happy New Year to us. So I'm sure this is our very own Douglas from DC. Yep. Happy New Year to you too. In fact, 2022 technology with phones, laptop, 5G tech, autonomous driving, etc. This year I'm expecting something powerful, exciting, super excellence in all the products we use from phones, even our room keys. Yeah, you should get smart door locks. I'm thinking of changing my door lock. But I felt,
We'll have that conversation later. Yeah. This 2023 will be very interesting about smart homes.
yeah, we've already started.
Yeah.
I need to complete it.
I know, right?
Yep. So yes, my name is Kobe Spike Nkrumah. Thank you for the privilege of your time, and we will be back here next week, same time, with another episode of Geek Squad. We're talking about the esports week, which is starting next week. So yeah, just go online and search for it. Catch you later on another one.
I'm going to
Peace.
Google FIFA cheats.